I contributed to the contradiction because I want to talk about the Knicks and Pistons, but I feel like the Celtics and Magic is a great follow-up to this game because after the Pacers won, you look at Tyrese's shooting splits, impact player, he's just contributes to winning. And then the Celtics beat the Magic and Jayson Tatum has a bad shooting day. And outside of Celtics fans, Dels was doing his best job at protecting Tatum, but the hate was overwhelming.
I thought actually the hate wasn't overwhelming.
Wait. Yeah. Joel, you started it.
That's why I said I contributed to the contradiction.
Yeah, you started the hate.
I was surprised. I guess I shouldn't say that. It was really just the commentary, like on the actual game. Doris Burke, Richard Jefferson, they were just complimenting everything Tatum does well. But obviously the internet doesn't say. And listen, Tatum's a top 5 player. You can't really get away having 17 on the efficiency he did. What he had 1-3 today, I think.
And he had 7 in the fourth, so he had 10 before garbage time, pretty much.
Shout out to him. Get those numbers up, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say from this game. Like schematically, you have Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, and KP play that terrible, and you lose by damn near 20 points with Franz and Paolo both giving you efficient buckets. Yeah, I mean, I thought the series might get pushed 5, but it might be over in 4.
Playing the Magic, like you should win. While everybody plays like shit. And you still win by 20. Like, yeah, we know the Celtics are amazing, but like, wow, that is something.
Is Tatum under the most pressure in the playoffs to like, play elite or no?
No.
It's not a championship.
No, I wouldn't say he's under the most pressure. I will
he's top like 5.
Top 5.
I will just say it kills me how April comes around now. And Jayson Tatum's 3-point shot is just gone. It's just crazy. Like, how is that the case?
Drew, 2022.
Drew, he's a great rebounder, and that shit matters.
He had like 6 rebounds.
His playmaking, his ability to work, his defense, his versatility,
guarding
a Swiss Army knife is perfect.
Like, that shit is elite, man. Like,
how can we be consistent scoring the basketball?
He has to do
Giannis drops 36 and 13, and he has to do more. And Tatum drops 17, and he did his job.
Messed up world, man.
Yo, dude,
I want to say this to you, Dels. The nastiest thing you did today, by far, was post that video defending Jayson Tatum. And completely, purposely,
I swear to God, Drew, I didn't do it. I didn't do it consciously. I swear
liar. There's no way.
Because the field goal percentage isn't that pretty as is. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hide everything here.
I might be reading too much into it, but the Celtics are kind of running into a little bit of a wall with these injuries. Tatum's wrist looks jacked up.
Yeah. The X-rays came back clean.
Listen,
shout out to
looks
Drew
like it
Holiday.
affected his shot.
40-90 player for Boston in the playoffs.
Who?
He's incredible.
Drew Holiday.
Oh, we're here. Now listen, Orlando's defense was really good. I don't want to sit here and say Boston just had a bad shooting night. Orlando was actually putting some pretty well defense. The problem with Orlando is that is one of the worst offenses I've seen in my life, and I've been on Earth for 27 years. That offense is dreadful. Like, it's giving like look at I've seen the New Jersey Nets win like 12 games. This offense is so bad, bro. Like, they just can't generate anything. Like
if you replaced Tatum and Brown with Paolo and Franz,
I'm gonna get something.
They could win a championship or no?
No.
Yes.
No, not a championship.
Oh wait, which team?
The Celtics.
Paolo and Franz are on the Celtics in place of Tatum and Brown.
Win a championship probably is strong.
If y'all looking at playoff Paolo, absolutely the Celtics win a championship.
Win a championship's hard to do.
You're not winning a championship with Franz and Paolo.
Are they the best?
You watch playoff Paolo Banchero? He's a better scorer in the playoffs already than Jayson Tatum is in year 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he definitely has the 100.
Not even close. It feels like it's not even close. I'm sorry.
That was
8 games. 8 games of Paolo.
He's got 8 games of Paolo.
Have 60
those
points.
Numbers look good.
Paolo and Franz have 60 points. Their teammates shoot 10 of 30 from the field. If you put them in Boston with Derek White, Peyton Pritchard off the bench, with Al Horford off the bench, yeah, they could win a
and
championship.
Porzingis. They have a good
John, they could beat the Thunder. Paolo and Franz.
That's why,
Derek
John.
White,
That's crazy. John, that's crazy.
It's crazy to say they can win a championship. I think it's more crazy there's no possibility they can't win a championship.
No. We've never seen them pass the damn first
What I said is
wait, stop. John, this is Franz. This is
Yo,
Franz'
John,
first
you're an
good
idiot,
playoff
bro.
game.
You're being an
This is-
idiot again.
What are you doing? This is Franz'
I'm
first
being
good
an idiot
playoff
again?
game.
For putting two and two
When
together?
it comes to Tatum and the Celtics,
Putting two and two
your
together.
brilliant basketball brain just goes out the window.
Damn.
How
What
is
if
my
they face
basketball brain
last
going out
year's
the window and
Dallas
Paolo
team?
Banchero is an elite player in the playoffs, and he's in year 2 and 3. We're
So
highlighting.
he could just win a champ. He could be the best player in championship team right now today at 23 years old. Because everyone is doing that in the league at 23. There's winning championships.
I think if you put him with Drew Holiday and Derek White and Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford and Payton Pritchard with Joe Mazzulla, yes, they could win a championship. Why? Because Paolo's been an elite playoff performer. If you put Franz in that setting, comparatively to the Magic, Magic, which had the worst 3-point shooting since the 2012 Charlotte Bobcats, they win a fucking championship.
Franz is a part of that, not Paolo.
Franz is a part of that 3-point shooting.
No
He
doubt
can't
about
shoot.
it.
But the type of drives that he could generate on the Celtics
situation
with that
is-
spacing.
To be fair, Jaylen Brown has been a dookie butt 3-point shooter this season, and they still won 60 games.
Like, what do you think if they swapped out and they faced last year's Dallas team? Could they win or no?
Probably.
Because we're comparing them to
Hell,
OKC.
yeah,
Oh wait.
I don't know.
Jaylen Brown guarded Luka really well. Like really
locked his ass up.
really
That's true.
well.
That's
like
true.
I don't know if Franz could do that. You know what
Maybe
I'm saying?
Derek White and Drew
I'm
Holiday.
saying no.
And-
Del,
and-
at some
and-
point, the
and-
disrespect
hold on.
has to stop.
Hold
I'm
on.
drawing the line.
First
Thank
of all,
God, someone is-
How is it disrespectful if you've watched Paolo
John, he's
Banchero?
23.
He just
No,
averaged
that's
30
okay.
fucking
Don't win
points a
shit no matter
game.
what.
He averaged fucking 30
It's
for the
been a
second
game.
half of the year. His best shooter towards fucking ACL.
He's
They have
getting
fucking
John, you're
nothing.
so
They
red.
were
Relax.
30 in the field. I spoke of my mom. So sorry. I'm dumbfounded by that. If we've watched the Orlando Magic play, it makes no sense. Paolo Banchero would be better. Yes.
John,
What
With a
about
healthy Porzingis, they won a championship.
They made the
They
playoffs
can.
for the first time last year, John.
That was
And
like their
we're
second year
watching
though.
them in Year 3, come off a torn oblique and average 30 a game when their shooters are
Listen,
shooting
I love Paolo.
30% flat.
This isn't some Paolo hate. It's just like, could we like wait? Like people don't win championships at 23.
Because he's doing it right now. He's an elite playoff performer right now. At 23, at 25, it doesn't matter. That's the point. That's how good he is. But again, his teammates shot 10 of 30.
All right, what
from the
about
fucking
Franz?
field.
What about Franz? What about
Franz, I
Franz?
don't feel great about. But if you put him with a healthy Porzingis, absolutely.
Bless you.
Bro, Franz was getting left wide open for 7 straight games in the playoffs. We have to
He got
stop.
better this year, and he got better this year.
Got better at what? He still can't shoot.
He's still a dog
He
shit
still
jump
cannot
shooter,
shoot the
John.
ball.
But we
Second
can't
half,
just
great
ignore.
finishing.
We can't just
I
ignore
have
Franz
have
as
4
well. though.
shooters next to you compared to 0.
Bro,
That
it's
makes a
not-
big
Franz is-
difference.
no,
Riff. A
I
very
agree.
big difference.
Franz
I
is
agree.
in Boston. Obviously, the drives look cleaner. That's a fact. The drives look cleaner. The lane
1
looks
for
a lot
6 from
clearer.
3 today.
Yeah, but it's not like you're not just gonna go to a whole other situation and just automatically learn how to shoot the 3-ball. No, that's gonna be a person they're gonna leave wide open.
Unless they have a
been
good shooting
getting left
coach.
wide open. Yeah, unless they have a shooting coach and shit
Derek White improved a
up
lot.
in the air. But like Franz still can't shoot the ball like at all. It's still
No,
very
I
much
think
so.
you're right. That's a good point. But Franz has some real elite traits in his game that if he was in a situation like Boston would be highlighted a lot.
I mean, would it not be the same highlighted now? He's a great driver.
No, I think his assist numbers would be up vastly.
Who actually?
And he probably
John,
would
your ass is crazy, bro.
Paolo and Franz. These are the mini
all Jaylen
Celtics.
Brown and Jayson Tatum do is just go to the playoffs, win all the time, get their first ring, and it's
Yes,
just
this is a
well,
little bit.
everyone can do it. Everyone can do
This
it.
is where you misconstrue me. Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are better right now. But the whole point is, if you put them in that situation, yes, it's true Franz is not a good 3-point shooter, but the difference
Now there's
between
Paolo.
having 0 3-point shooters and 4 next to you when everyone else can shoot around you makes a world of a difference. And I think it's almost hypocritical to look at these star players today and to praise and shower the ones that are in a perfect pitcher-esque situation and say that the ones that are performing equally so in a way worse situation can't then play better in that spot if they're granted the same supporting cast. But no, I mean, no one's going to sit here and tell you Franz Wagner's better than Jaylen Brown because he's not. But to say that they can't win a championship in that situation is wrong.
Listen, I'll tip my cap to you, Frank, can learn how to shoot the 3-ball when he open.
He does everything else at a B+ level. He does everything else at a B+ level.
John, he gonna get the same open looks in Boston. So if he can't hit, then
Maybe it helps if everyone else can shoot next to him. That might help.
Paolo also is not the
I
defender
guess,
that
yeah.
Tatum is. That's something
No.
that you didn't equate into your statement.
Not as good as
And he's
playmaker
not the
either.
playmaker that Jayson Tatum is either.
Not yet.
He's not the driver either.
I mean, maybe one day he reaches that level, but dude, I'll be floored if
They
he's
run a
as good
5-out
of a
offense.
playmaker.
But
They
I
run
do
a
think that
5-out offense.
if
You
the
cannot
Magic
run a 5-out offense with Orlando's duo.
if the Magic have a great offseason though, like they could be one of the top teams in the East that we take seriously.
Yeah,
We said that coming
still
into
thought
this
past year
season.
they could have been a top 4 or 5 seed.
Yeah, but they didn't play well, the supporting guys,
No.
and Jaylen Suggs got hurt. Like I think if they have better personnel, like let's say they had Boston supporting cast. I'm not saying they win a championship, but let's say they both had an equal supporting cast in this series. Can like it go to 7? I think so.
They're good.
No.
I don't think so, but I mean, they're good.
No,
What's
we
the
just
equal
watched the
supporting
Celtics,
cast?
arguably at their worst, just dog walk them.
Because it's supporting cast.
Joel, do they beat the Knicks?
Exactly.
What's the equal supporting cast?
It's a possibility.
Wait, what's the even statement here? If the
I don't
two
know.
teams had an equal supporting cast, like
Like
what
Payne
we doing?
Pritchard is the
we
Celtics
take
bench
Tatum,
player.
we take Jaylen Brown, 70 overalls. We take Franz, we take Paolo, 70 overalls.
No,
This is
like
a 7-game series.
like basically the Celtics have Payne Pritchard. That's their guy. Let's say if the Magic sign like Ty Jerome and he's like their first guard off the bench, and Porzingis they have like Miles Turner.
We're basically just putting him on Cleveland.
They just have
are we just
have
making
shooters.
the Magic
They have
OP?
shooters.
So we're
I'm
just
saying-
putting.
No, if just Orlando has a good supporting cast, that's
You
it.
see,
They don't have one.
Riv, we're just so bored with Boston at this point. We're making
coming
up
up
these
with
weird
shit.
ass
It's
scenarios.
not
to
Boston.
try
It's
to
coming
make
up
it
with
I
better.
really, it's a
not
crazy
Orlando.
scenario.
No,
Like, you have
it's
to-
not about-
It's not about
Yeah,
Boston.
this
It's
year in a
about
row, they're gonna
Orlando.
go to
Everyone-
ECF for the finals. Let's make
can't
up
stand
something
that
new. We're
shit.
bored.
I didn't say a negative thing about Jayson Tatum. I thought he played fine, and that game doesn't
I didn't
matter.
say- I
I
didn't
think
say
it's
anything
highlighting
negative.
Paolo and Franz and how good they are. Everyone likes to make it about you hating them. Well, how do we recognize two of the best young stars? I mean, a terrible
You
situation.
said they could win a championship. That is disrespectful to Jayson Tatum.
No,
and
it's
Jaylen.
not. It's highlighting the
It is
supporting
because
cast that you
Paolo
praise.
and Franz
And that's
cannot
hypocritical
do
of you
what
today on Twitter.
They cannot do
After
what
praise
Jayson
all
Tatum
day today.
and Jaylen Brown do. They're not the defenders that they are. They're not the playmaker that Jayson Tatum is.
Well, Franz is a better playmaker than Jaylen Brown. So
That's why I said playmaker
I
that
think that
Jayson
closes the
Tatum
gap
is.
pretty much.
I
Pretty
chose
much.
my words
Altogether.
very carefully.
No, stop.
it closes
Tatum,
the gap.
Stop.
But the Magic, I mean, I think the point is that John's trying to make is that the Magic's two guys are really good
Really good.
Yeah,
and they
we know
need
that.
help. That's
We
it.
They
know
do
that.
need help.
Absolutely.
It's not
We
about
know that.
Boston, but if they're given the same opportunity, I think they could do the same. Not do the same, but they're
This year.
capable.
Could
they're
they be one of the
capable
best
winning.
teams in the
No.
East? No, right. Well,
With
right
the
now with
healthy
their supporting
Porzingis,
cast,
I
no.
believe so. Without Porzingis, I'd say no.
They
Maybe
still
we
can't-
gotta make a graphic with
They
Paolo
still
and
can't beat
Franz, and then
Cleveland.
just everybody on the Celtics, Porzingis, top to bottom, and see how many wins would this team win if they were a real team.
I
That's
get
how
the
we gotta
sta-
do
I
it.
get the statement. It's like I get it. It's highlighting the duo that they're really good. I would maybe go that far. You know, Paulo's only played like what 8? Like it would be 8 now, 8 playoff games. Franz has only played like 8 playoff games, so it's still waiting to see on that. But I get it. You know, it's just highlighting the potential of the duo. The hypotheticals. I don't know because it's tricky because like they built that team. It's a perfect team, but you know, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum's their strengths also fit within the system. You know, their strengths also help the system kind of thrive. So if we can't just plug a different duo with completely different skills, put them in there and just assume it worked. Like that's just so many variables you got to grab up and stuff, you know. But I do think we all agree Orlando needs to get a better fucking team. We all definitely agree on that.
What if like next year's Orlando starting lineup was Anthony Simon, Suggs, Paolo, Franz, and Miles Turner?
I'm begging. Can we stop coming up with hypothetical
They
situations?
got the money.
They have to make
Pretty
it.
dope. They're like the third. They're better. Are they better than Knicks? 'Cause
Suggs
Giannis
is their two guard. It's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, but how good Paolo and Franz are, and with Simons and Suggs, like yeah, I think they'd be in the same tier.
That'd be
Yeah,
a
I'm
dope
still
team.
taking the Knicks.
That'd be a dope team.
yeah. I mean, they're supposed to take a jump,
You
but
said Wendell Carter's the 5 or Miles Turner?
Miles
Miles
Turner.
Turner.
No,
I
get
feel like
Wendell
that
out.
the Magic just need spacing. That's what they
Beast.
need. Like so, if
They
they
should
get
trade
a
for Vooch. Bring him back.
oh no, if they get a great shooter they need a good shooter at the 5 that can space the floor realistically, and then just a guard who can shoot 38% or better from 3, and then Suggs is like supposed to be your Derek White, so
Mhm.
he can do it all. A
I
little
mean, in
bit
that
of all.
hypothetical, this team is electric.
55
Do it in
wins or
2K.
more, 50 wins or something? Are you going over or
Something
more?
They still
over-
would lose to
yes.
the Celtics.
The Celtics.
No,
have-
yeah,
Under.
just because
Under. That's fine.
Derek White's like better than Anthony Simons and Porzingis is better than Turner. I think they're just top end talent's better, but yeah, I think the Magic they
Better
showcased it.
John,
Well-
that team beats the Celtics.
No, I don't think so.
No, no.
Oh,
But I mean, I hate when we say it's potential Apollo when he averaged 30 off a torn oblique. That's what kind of bothers me. I think
Oh,
he's
it's
that
potential
special.
of the
player.
duo. The duo.
I understand, but he's in the now and he's in the. I think that's what makes him so special.
He is. He's
He's got sky high potential and he's in the now right now. No one
What
pays
does he
attention.
average in the playoffs? 30?
30.
27 last year. Today he had 30, so 30 plus. I mean, what he's doing with Corey Joseph as their starting point guard, and I mean,
That is a
again,
pretty
their
significant
team-
drop
Their
off.
supporting cast shot 33% from the field.
their third leading scorer had what, 7?
Yeah, John
My
Last.
goodness.
And he took 4 shots. So
Tough break, man.
I love how high John is on the Magic. I love it.
I'm straightforward.
Yes, I do. I love this energy.